Hi, this is Mandy from Sunflowers and Doors. Welcome back to my channel. I have no idea whether or not you're going to hear me today. It is torrential rain. It's absolutely balmy, the rain is. So I'm hoping it's going to quieten down. We will see. So start again. Hello. This video may or may not get to you. It depends on whether or not we can actually hear my voice. Oh, sorry, it's making me chuckle. Anyway, fabulous project today from the fabulous Cori Dahmen, Creating with Scraps, and it's using a 12 by 12 piece. I needed something for an activity I was doing, and I was catching up on Cori's videos from her Flips, Flaps and Folds series, and this one kind of jumped out at me, so I'm going to give it a go. So we've got a 12 by 12 piece of card. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it down, and I want it to be 7 by 12. So I mean, it's pretty non-directional. Well, that's not true, but it doesn't matter in terms of the directions here. They're facing all different ways, but I'm going to say this is my top, and I'm going to take it down to 7 by 12. Okay, so this, I'm going to pop that one out of the way. This is my 7 by 12. I'm going to make two further cuts on this. I'm going to cut it at 5 inches. So it's this way here. I'm going to cut it at 5 inches here. Perhaps I'll do it that way because you can see better. So 5 inches there. And again at 5 inches. If I can find the 5 inches. So I end up with 2 5 by 7s and 1 2 by 7 from that. Now with the remaining piece, I'm going to cut that quickly and then I'm going to pop it to one side. So this is the remaining piece here, and I'm going to cut this down to, excuse me, 6 3/4 inches. So 6 3/4 inches is there, and I'm going to cut that down . 6 3/4 inches, and that's our shorter piece, but I'm just going to pop that out of the way for now because we don't need it just yet. What we are going to do is work on these 3 pieces here. Apologies that my screen is glowing, and it's very glowy. Okay, so this is going to be our main piece here, and I have to decide which is going to be front and back. I'm going to have this as the kind of front, so for now I'm going to turn that over here. I'm going to have this for the inside, and then I think that like that. So I am going to attach these with with washi tape. So I'm gonna try and get them straight first because that always helps, doesn't it? Now Cori uses purple tape. I'm not really sure what purple tape is she uses, but I would love to know, because one, it just looks super cool because it's purple, and two, because it doesn't rip, and I haven't tried this one before. This is an old washi tape that I haven't used much of. I'm hoping this doesn't rip, so I'm not going to put too much on. I'm going to kind of just put enough down so that I can attach my papers to the glass block. Okay, so the one will be there, and the other one, I need to leave enough room for these to close, but they should close quite neatly. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach these with some washi tape. I've chosen my washi tape here, and it actually matches this pattern, and I've done that because I do like to have it all kind of, oops, I'm putting more of this on the mat than on the, gosh, more of this on the mat than on the card, which is never a good thing. Gosh, Cori didn't make this mess, by the way, so I would highly recommend you pop over and see her video. Okay, so this is going to go on here like so. And I'm going to take this bit. Oh gosh, I got ink, I got glue, I got all sorts of things. And now I'm reaching, at least the rain is settled. Okay, so we're going to pop that on there like that. And I'm also going to do this side at the same time, because otherwise I'm going to have to repeat the process. So I'm going to just make sure that it looks right. So we're going to guesstimate that. We're going to take a little more time with the old glue. Doesn't help that I've got shaking hands today. And we're using glue because, as you probably know, that washi tape isn't permanent. Or isn't meant to be a permanent solution. So the glue will make it permanent. Oops, daisy. Okay. Now I've got to see if this is actually, oh yeah, that might be a solution. I never use that washi. I don't really know why I've kept it for so long, but hey ho. Now we have a solution or a use for it. Okay, so I am literally then just going to pop this upside down, and I'm going to remove some of that glue first of all, because otherwise it'll be all over the project and it won't be a great look. I need to give this a good clean anyway. I love when people say, oh, everything comes off them, they're superb. And don't get me wrong, they are superb. But oh gosh, it's flipping hard work getting everything off them. Could just be me being ultra messy. That could be the problem. So anyway, let's pop this one back there, this one back there. On wet glass doesn't do very good a job. I'm only doing these now just to make sure it doesn't particularly move, because I don't need to worry about the middle piece. I've got to find a better solution. I'm trying to use chrome cast for, you know, casting what I'm recording, and it's not fantastic because it keeps losing connection. So I don't know whether that, just checking that I'm still recording. I think I am. I should be. Yeah. Should be. So I'm going to stick that there. I think that's okay. Now this you can put in the middle now that the other piece of washi tape is down, because it will naturally spread out being glue. So that I'm not overly bothered about. And I'm going to turn this upside down as well. Okay. Nope, that's well and truly stuck. Okay, I'm going to pop those over there just in case I want to use them. I'm going to try and do a series in the new year, and I'm going to try and do like my normal videos and then do like a 10-minute, just a 10-minute craft with me type thing. So I didn't think this would be useful for that. I thought it was going to take me a lot longer, but I think it could have been cut down a bit and it could possibly work. But we'll see. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. Okay. Oh gosh, everything's sticking. Sticking, sticking, sticking. So this will fold over here like so. And this will fold over here like so. So the profile is like, well, as thick as a piece of card. Super, super, super slim. Now to decide what we put on the inside. Obviously, whatever you decide you're going to put on will increase the profile. It will, but not necessarily to the extent that it's going to be unmanageable within a journal. I'm going to do these quickly before I forget, because I will forget. And I'm going to quickly ink around just to get rid of some of that white that we don't love too much. Okay. So yeah, super, super thin profile. The glue should hold that. That'll fold over there. This will fold over here. Now, it's buckling a tiny bit, which is something Cori warned about. So I'm just going to take a smidgen. Is that a technical term? A smidgen off there, which should then let me fold that without it catching. Take a bit more of that off, because that would bug me. Okay, so that's the main piece, the main structure. What we're going to do now is we've got our two pieces left over, okay? With the one, I'm going to use it and we're going to create a text spot for over here. But I'm going to cut some of this off because we don't need that much as a text spot. So I think I'm going to cut, still going to leave a fairly decent sized tack. Okay, and I'm just going to cut, excuse me, that top corner off. And I'd like to do another pocket on top of that. But I'm not, or another tack spot on top of that, I should say. Now I need some of this, but I don't need all of it. So I'm going to cut 1, 2, 3. I'm going to cut there. And that should give me enough to have another little text spot on the front here, which it does, which is awesome. And then we'll come back to this one later. We'll come back to that one. So with this, all we're going to do, again, I'm just going to get rid of that white. Same on this one. Excuse me. Now you can, if you want, stitch these. It would probably look really cool. But I'm just gonna do the basic type version. So that is on top of that one there. like that. And we're going to do the same with this. We're going to glue it down the left side and across the bottom. Sorry, my bracelet is clanging away. It's not usually a problem because I don't tend to work on this glass piece. Tend to work on a mat, but I think this is the way going forward. I just need to unjewel myself. So we've got a text spot and another little text spot there, which is super. And with this piece here, this we're going to be using as a flap. Okay, so this is going to flap down over here, the middle section. I think I'm going to, I need to make sure that'll still close and that'll still, so I'm going to take a smidgen off this again. I think it's going to be too big. And then I'm not 100% sure how Cori attached it. I know she did it again with washi, but I don't know whether she did it over the top here, like that, which would make sense, or from here. So I'm going to do it this way first. Okay, so let's pop these on here so it doesn't move. And then I'm going to line this up. Excuse me if you can see my head. Oh, awesome. And then I'm going to put a touch of glue here and across here. And we're going to use the same tape. Now, the thing with this tape now is we need to try and be a bit more precise. Okay, so I'm going to take that there and cut that there. Not bad, not too shabby. And I'm going to do the same over here. There. Okay, so that is my one flip. And I'm actually going to turn it over. I'm going to be known as the washi queen now, aren't I? It does make a lot of sense though, doesn't it? You know, I don't know how many times I've kind of just struggled over getting, oh, that was a bigger piece than I expected. A little bit of a wiggle there. Just pop that pin back in. I keep saying I'm going to straighten the pin, and I haven't done it yet. So again, I'm going to pop this one here like that. And we're going to cut it here like that. So that then becomes our flippy flappy. And I think that I'm gonna round the edges on these two as well. And I should have inked that before I attached it. My ink dauber is going purple. It's all very strange. Okay, So that's going to be our flap there. The next thing I want to do is just put on the closure before I do anything else. So I've got a closure here. I'm going to fold it. This is the piece we took off our extra little our extra little tech spot, and I know I have brads. I'm leaning again, I do apologise. So I'm going to glue this closed first. I want it just to be extra super secure. So I'm going to glue that closed first. Okay. And this is going to go here like this. So I'm going to put, the idea was either one thick brad, one chunky brad, or two smaller brads. I think I'm going to go with let's put it just above the 8 there, because I can then line that up better. I think I'm going to go with okay, it's not working. Those two. Yeah. So I'm just gonna, or I'll go in between those actually. I'm gonna go in between those, pop a hole through. Don't stab yourself. It's never a good look. I am gonna get some thicker brads. Thicker. They're all the same now, I think. So I'm going to pop that in there like so. And it hides my two marks, which is fabulous. And then I'm going to just open these out. Now, you could do this directly through your paper before you put your pockets on. But I didn't want to do that. Don't know why, just didn't. So that is roughly where we're going to be going. So I'm going to be gluing from here, and I'm going to give it a good amount of glue. That's roughly where we wanted it. I might actually need to put it. Yeah. Okay. So it's probably a bit longer than I wanted, and I might cut a bit of that off because I think that'll hinder the opening rather than secure it. Maybe not. We'll see. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to just cut some of this off here. Like that. Better. Just a little bit of ink. Okay, so that's going to be our closure. So the next thing to decide is what we're going to put on the inside of this. Now, I'm probably going to try and find some scraps because I've got some coffee dyed vellum somewhere. Vellum. Packaging tissue. Vellum, down the bottom. Of course, it had to be down the bottom. And I'm all out. Okay. So, gosh, these really don't like to go in. So, yes, vellum. We were talking vellum. I'm going to try and get hold of some vellum because I would like to use some as perhaps a pocket on the front of this. I don't want to lose this packet too much. And then we just decide what we put underneath. Now, I have, watching another one of Cori's videos, started with some scrap pads. And I think one of these might look kind of cool underneath here. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of trimming and possibly a little bit of sewing. Okay, so that needs to be inside of the paper, and I don't really want it to come too far below that either. So I'm going to pin those back, get my big chunky cutter out and cut these down. And then I'm also going to cut across here. So we've got our scrap pad. It's a little bit tidier than a normal scrap pad, but we can just move some of these around like so. We can even put some of these back on here as not to waste them, even though they're different shapes and sizes, like that. Okay. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to want it to come on here like that. And I'm going to still want that to come down here, that to go across here, and that to go in here, like that. Without it being too chunky, I think we might just do it. So I'm going to quickly sew these. So bear with me a sec. Okay. I don't know how many times I say okay. I was listening to Cori today and I was laughing because she was saying about how many times she says so. And as I was doing a video, I realised how much I say okay, which is quite a lot. Now you could, if you really wanted to, put this in as a removable scrap pad, so i.e. Put a band behind it so you can take it out, but I'm not going to. I'm going to leave that in there because I like the look of it. I'm going to get some vellum if I can to put on the back of there. And the other thing you can do on here is use some coffee dyed paper to have. Now I'm looking for a piece which isn't crinkled because mine tend to be very, very crinkled. And I could go perhaps go there and there. I think this is the least crinkled out of the stuff I've got. So I'll give this one a go. Okay, now I'm actually going to take a little bit off this one first, the side, because this does look the crinklier out of the two. And then I'm going to take some off this side. And then we'll see how far. Oh, no, that's okay. That'll do. That'll do, that'll do. So again, back in my stash scraps with that one. And I'm just going to take the edge off with this one here. And you can, if you like, again, stitch around it. I am not going to. I'm going to just glue it on. And pop that, oops, on there, like that. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just gives you an extra piece of writing space. Journaling space. I'm going to take a tiny bit off those there and that there, because I think they look a bit better. So that is it. We've got a piece that opens out, a pocket, sorry, a text spot, not a pocket, another text spot there, little baby one, so some journal cards or some other bits and pieces to pop in there. You can put a front pocket on here, but as it is at the moment, we've just got a flap. The top section there is a writing journaling spot, a little bit off centre, clever. And underneath we've got a scrapbook, and you can literally create these to whatever specifications you want. I could even put another tiny little text spot there just for some little tickets or something, and it closes like so. So again, the profile is super thin, and that makes an absolutely fantastic piece to put in your journals. Or you can use that and send it as happy mail. We're all about happy mail at the moment. But yeah, I can't get over how super simple and quick and easy it was. And I really had a bit of fun with this. So I think I'm going to actually, I've got my pad out now, my Tim Holtz pad out anyway. So I think I'm probably going to have a little bit of play and make a couple of different variations. But yeah, really enjoyed that. So thank you, Cori, again for the inspiration. Really enjoyed playing with that, and I hope you liked it. I will leave you there, and I will say to you as always, stay safe, be well, and I will catch you in the next video. Until then, bye for now.